More often than not, most people know that they have a bad habit that's been putting them down for so long. They know it, they acknowledge it, don't try to change it at all. They just let the bad habit spread to every corner of their life, making them comfortable with that habit. And because of that, they gather up all the bad habits they have and make it as a settling ground for the rest of their life. I know I mentioned habits a lot, but I do have a point when saying it. I do. Because habits are what make up you. Letting go of habits may seem comfortable at first because you're not really focused and you're just in comfort, but then over time, your mind will change and not for the better. When you expose your own mind into distracting habits, it will start to get comfortable doing those habits, and over time, without the proper control, that habit will become who you are, shaping how you think, which is why I want you to break out of them, because whatever the case may be, it may be deeply rooted inside of you. But if I was able to break most of my bad habits, so can you. When you look at me now, I'm kind of more of a person that is disciplined and focused, which is where I want to be. But before, I was not like this at all. I was not. I was very different before, and I mean very different. I was not this driven, but I was not. Because before, when I would just do whatever came to mind, I was a person full of comfort, pleasure, and distractions. Now, when I say these things, I truly mean it. Comfort took me over, pleasure took me over, especially distractions, man. Distractions have almost single-handedly ruined my focus and my discipline as a whole. It almost when I was building myself. I remember before where I would get up for the day. I would occasionally just either A, sleep in, or B, grab my phone first thing in. And just so you know, the second that you grab your phone when you wake up, you already give away all your focus into a simple distraction. And because I did that, I lost a lot of focus. Then during the day, when I needed to stay focused on my own task, I would just run straight to pleasure. The second pleasure was open for me, I would go there. It didn't matter how difficult the task was, how much focus I needed to put, because as I said back then, I wasn't really disciplined. Every single time I had still a glimpse of comfort. With full effort I would put into it. My mind would just go straight there. And because my mindset back then led me there to comfort. It has made me come up with a ton of bad habits. And I mean a ton. As you may know, I was also not that fit at all before. And that's because during that time, I just what was convenient towards me. I didn't care what was healthy. I didn't care what was going to benefit me or harm me. I just ate whatever. No matter what, if it was food, I wouldn't have ate it. And that's a very bad habit to have. That is. I did not care if it had full of sugar, carb, I would still eat it with no hesitation. And I still remember during one of my PE classes, and I genuinely mean this, during one of my PE class, I couldn't even do one push-up at all. My lack of effort and discipline, it led my mind not towards a path of greatness, like a path of discipline, but more of a path of security. I was doing what mostly everyone else was doing. I would worry about what someone else is doing and thinking of me. And usually I got easily jealous of other people. I used to envy others. I didn't make no progress in my life. I didn't know what to do. My mindset was messed up. I was not in the right place during that time. Because genuinely, mine viewed me making progress as me doing what other by me being a follower, by doing this and doing that. That was what I would think at first. 9 to 12 hour screen time. I almost was couldn't do a push up, had many bad habits surrounding me, worried over my mind, over how people thought of me, and now I was a follower. I would just do what anyone else did. That was literally me a couple years back. That was me. If I was able to have these traits of being close to obesity, not being able to focus on one task, having an addiction to dopamine, and only doing one push up, to me now, 45 pounds lighter, able to do more than 20 to 25 push ups, and me reflecting and having gratitude for the day. All of this that I do now, you can do as well. It's just that you need to change the one thing yourself, just one. This one thing will literally change how you work as a whole, and that is your mindset. Your mindset is the literal foundation for how you operate. It makes every decision for you and every action that you do as a whole. It can either be your best ally or your literal worst enemy, and you never want it to be your enemy. You always want it to help you. And it all depends on how you control it as well. When your mindset is fully controlled by you, not letting your mind control itself, it gives you an advantage that, I'm gonna be honest, most people don't really have nowadays. It makes you actually focused, driven. It makes you operate in a way that is benefiting you than harming you in the process. And genuinely, you changing your mindset. Once you change your mindset, you can attack anything. You can literally attack anything. Any goals, any habits you want to build. You can get it. You can. It is you have to change how you think first. That is the main goal. So the first step of changing your mind is to reflect on your struggles and improvements. I'm gonna be honest, for me, reflecting has benefited me so much in knowing what I'm making progress towards and how I see myself. Because you might have gone through some rough days, and when you feel drained from those days, you made to try to keep and pushing when you find out that all the motivational videos that you watched can only get you so far. You will be drained. You will feel lost at times. And that's alright. Just don't stay like that. And the good thing is that reflecting is going to get you out of that mental rut. Now, you may ask how, but to be honest, it's simple. Reflecting makes you actually think about what you're focused on, what you do on a daily basis, and makes you how you are. The reason why it's so beneficial is because when you genuinely reflect, you see how you are as a whole. You see every struggle, every temptation you faced, everything about yourself. Literally everything. Literally everything. And because it shows you everything, it shows you what you can improve on. It shows you what you can focus on, which is something I feel like most people won't do because they don't spend time with themselves alone. They don't actually think of what they want to do. Most people want to achieve goals, yet they stay in the noise. You have to have no noise if you genuinely want to grow. Because when you reflect, you need a clear and quiet room where your mind is just able to think. To actually reflect, calm yourself down, be in a quiet room, and just let your mind loose. Let it freely think on what it wants to think, and while it's thinking about what you have done, I want you to ask yourself these 4 questions. What am I doing daily that's pushing me up or down? What is my behavior today representing who I am? What is my main goal? What can I improve on? When you generally start to think about these questions, you will see what your motives are. And when you see them clearly, that is how you will attack those bad motives. The ones where you know you're doing bad, yet it feels comfortable to do so. After reflecting, after you've taken your time to actually think on what you have improved on, it could be either in a notebook, post-it note, wherever. Just write down somewhere what you have thought about. And also, I want you to write down whatever it may be. It can be from how the day was for you and that you have thought about from the questions. I'm telling you now, once you see what you have written down, once you see what your mind has thought, once you see what you can genuinely improve on, we're basically creating a blueprint for how to become better for you, only for you. It reveals the things that you don't want to worry about, but you know it's draining you in the first place. Once you see what you could change on, improve on, and then focus on, and also once you see the distractions pulling you away, and what is making you you in the first place, and I mean this, genuinely believe that you are able to improve. Believe that you're able to become disciplined with whatever goal that you may have, because it gives you an advantage of actually wanting to put the work in, not doing it when it's convenient for you. Because I'm gonna be honest, when you do things that are more for convenience, you're gonna make no progress since you're not comfortable. Most people, when trying to become better, skip this factor. They skip it entirely. And the doubt that grows within them is painful. That is what I want you to avoid. I don't want you to be full of doubt, doubting yourself of you ever changing. Because genuinely, you can. You can. Focus on, and what I recommend for me, focus on adopting a growth mindset. Understand the struggle, plan out how you will go for improving, and just stay focused on it every single day. You showing up, whether it may be 30 minutes, an hour, of you actually wanting to become better and doing it, and you putting in the work, even if it may be small, that still is proof that you want to change. Just you showing up is a sign of actual improvement and a sign that you are trying to change, not follow others. Because nothing changes and nothing changes. You genuinely believe that you can make it, that you can actually grow, even if doubt tries to grasp you. Reflect and please Adopt a growth mindset. You may fail on a task, you may procrastinate at times, but don't beat yourself up over it. See what you could have done better and focus on that. A growth mindset not only changes the view of your tasks, but on how you react towards them and how you go on doing them. Most people do not have this, but you are able to have this yourself, my friend. You are. When you finally start to change how your mind works, you can attack anything. For nothing will hold you back from being great, my friend. Nothing. And I can guarantee you that once you improve on this and actually start to see what you could genuinely focus on, that you're able to become a genuinely better person because of it. Alright? Now that's all that I have to say for today, so make sure to work out when needed to. Start to actually grow, and please, stay consistent. As I said before, nothing changes if nothing changes. Alright? So please, take action and make something of yourself. Alright? For watching, and I'll see you, my friend, in the next one. Peace.